Eugenics originated in England with the work of Francis Galton. His work was used as justification for some of the greatest crimes in history. Negative eugenics is the application of means to discourage the breeding of the unfit, including anti-race mixing marriage laws, segregation, sterilization, and euthanasia. The eugenics movement took shape in America with the founding of the Eugenics Recording Office at Cold Spring Harbor Laboratory in 1910 by Charles Davenport, with money from the Carnegie Institution.
John D. Rockefeller Sr. contributed a large amount of money to build the Cold Spring Harbor Laboratory in the early 1900s, which housed the Eugenics Records Office from 1910 to 1944. Rockefeller influence also spread overseas to Germany, where the Kaiser Wilhelm Institute for Psychiatry and the Kaiser Wilhelm Institute for Eugenics, Anthropology, and Human Heredity resided. Much of the money used to run these facilities came directly from Rockefeller. These institutes became centers for Nazi eugenics programs during the reign of Adolf Hitler.
Unless nations will agree to work together to tackle these cross-border challenges posed by population growth, overconsumption of resources, and environmental degradation, the prospects for a decent life on our planet will be threatened. The United Nations can and should play an essential role in helping the world find a satisfactory way of stabilizing world population.
There's a book called War of the Week that actually shows how a group in the United States with Franklin Roosevelt and Carnegie and Rockefeller and a group including Alexander Graham Bell actually started this notion of eliminating certain people from being cared. And there was a summit, a world summit, that Hitler attended, and then he took that notion and adapted it.
Now, Fulford is accusing the Illuminati, the secret society that controls the world, of planning to depopulate the Earth. Now, normally I would ignore this kind of raving from an obscure hack, but there is one reason I want to talk about it. The possibility that the Illuminati might let me join.
Now, the world today has 6.8 billion people. That's headed up to about 9 billion. Now, if we do a really great job on new vaccines, health care, reproductive health services, we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%.
World order, you are a human resource to be used up and then exterminated. Poison your food and water and your vaccines to sterilize you and your family. That more than 90% of the vaccines in the U.S. are made in China, that they are killing people en masse, and they know this. I've got Population, Resources, and Environment. This thing is written by the White House science czar. It is 1,050-plus pages long, and I've read most of it. This is the White House science czar saying poison your water and your medicine to sterilize your butt. Eco-Science, Population, Resources, and Environment. Government Policy Book. Let me tell you something, folks. This isn't a joke or a game. And it's so horrific, it's so horrible that the average person cannot believe this is really going on, that this is really happening.
The sustainable goal is the elimination of the middle class.
And in conjunction with Codex Alimentarius, food will be limited and water consumption will be decreased to 10 gallons per day per person. That is over a 90% reduction in people's average daily water consumption. Nutrient deficiencies due to Codex's planned vitamin and mineral ban will cause billions of preventable diseases. Both of these will ultimately lead to billions of deaths.
The question is then, how do they do it? How in the world are they getting this agenda from the international level down to the local level?
In 1996, Bill Clinton set up the President's Council on Sustainable Development. One of the dictates of Agenda 21 is that every country in the world is to set up a national council to oversee the implementation of Agenda 21. I've listened to Gorbachev explain, we are writing a new set of 10 or 15 commandments to replace the original 10. Which one of the 10 do you think these guys don't like? Thou shalt not lie, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not covet. Because I'll tell you what, these people have lied to us. They're in the process of stealing all of this nation's natural resources, and they covet everything you have left.